अक्षरं ज्ञानदं वन्दे प्रागजि भक्तमेव मनघम् ब्रह्मस्वरूपं मुदा वन्दे यज्ञपुरुषदासचरणम् श्रीयोगिराजं तथा वन्दे श्रीप्रमुखं महन्तगुणिनं मोक्षाय भक्त्या सदा मोक्षाय भक्त्या सदा मोक्षाय भक्त्या सदा।
श्याम मारा वाला
सर्वोपरि घन श्याम मारा वाला
है सर्वोपरि घन श्याम मारा वाला
सर्वोपरि घन श्याम मारा वाला
है स्वामी नारायण नाम मारा वाला
हे स्वामी नारायण नाम मारा वाला
है स्वामी नारायण नाम मारा वाला
हे स्वामी नारायण नाम मारा वाला
नीलकंठ नाम धरनार मारा वाला
नीलकंठ नाम धरनार मारा वाला
है नीलकंठ नाम धरनार मारा वाला
नीलकंठ नाम धरनार मारा वाला
है स्वामी नारायण नाम मारा वाला
हे स्वामी नारायण नाम मारा वाला
है स्वामी नारायण नाम मारा वाला
हे स्वामी नारायण नाम मारा वाला
हाँ, स्वामी नारायण नारायण
स्वामी नारायण नारायण
हाँ, स्वामी नारायण नारायण
स्वामी नारायण नारायण
हे सहजानंद समरथ मारा वाला
सहजानंद समरथ मारा वाला
हे जय स्वामी नारायण नाम मारा वाला
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 बोलो स्वामी नारायण नारायण
स्वामी नारायण नारायण
बोलो स्वामी नारायण नारायण
स्वामी नारायण नारायण शोभो साधु गुणे सदा शरणने जगते अनासक्त छो शास्त्री जी गुरु योगी जी उभयनी कृपा तणु पात्र छो धारी धर्म धुरा समुद्र सरखा गंभीर ज्ञानेज छो नारायण स्वरूप दास गुणिने स्नेहे जवंदु वहो
What does shrutam mean? Shrutam means scriptural obedience. What is scriptural obedience? Scriptural obedience is the quality of understanding the scriptures and living according to their principles and way of life. So, what does this mean? Having scriptural obedience only comes after truly understanding the scriptures. This is why we need the Satpurush. Let's take the example of a maths textbook at school. There will be lots of complex algebra formulae in the textbook, and so, if you try to read it on your own, you will not understand what they mean. That is why you need a maths teacher at school to help you understand the algebra. Similarly, we need the Satpurush to help us understand the scriptures. And then, once we have understood the principles of the scriptures, living according to that pure way of life is the second part of Shrutam. What does Gnanam mean? Gnanam literally means wisdom or knowledge. What is knowledge? What is wisdom? Knowledge and wisdom both refer to facts, information or skills acquired over time through experience or education. We often refer to our elders as being wise, meaning they have gathered lots of information or are experts in their subject area. Every time we learn something, we are acquiring gnan or knowledge. As Balaks and Balikas, how can we imbibe the qualities of Shrutam and Gnanam in our lives?
Jai Swami Narayan, Balaks and Balikas. Long time no see. Since we last met, so much has happened, including the fact that you've all completed your first half term at school, and 2 brand new mandirs in Birmingham and Manchester had their Pratishta celebrations in the presence of Sadguru Pujya Ishwarcharan Swami. How amazing! And after all of that, I'm delighted to say, welcome to another special Bal-Balika Mandir Sabha, where we will explore a new quality from the life of Pramukh Swami Maharaj. Before we start this month's Sabha on Shrutam and Gnanam, across the next 3 Sabhas, we will revisit the 9 qualities we've learnt about and recall practical ways Bal-Balikas can imbibe them into our lives. So be on the lookout. If you haven't already noted these down, this is a great opportunity for you to fill in the gaps in your Thaiye Swami Jeva worksheets. Today, in the 10th Sabha of the PSM 100 Thaiye Swami Jeva series, we will be learning about Shrutam and Gnanam. But before that, let's go to our special website, www.pramukhswami.org. To further understand what Shrutam and Gnanam mean, let's head over to the Learning Zone. But before we do that, make sure you have your pen or pencil ready and this month's worksheet so you can take notes throughout the Sabha. Now that we're all ready, let's ask Pujya Yagnatilak Swami to explain what Shrutam and Gnanam mean and how we can use Pramukh Swami Maharaj's life as inspiration in imbibing these qualities into our lives.
श्री स्वामीनारायण भगवाननी जय, अक्षर पुरुषोत्तम महाराजनी जय, गुणातीतानंद स्वामी महाराजनी जय, भगत जी महाराजनी जय, शास्त्री जी महाराजनी जय, योगी जी महाराजनी जय, प्रमुख स्वामी महाराजनी जय, महंत स्वामी महाराजनी जय, प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज शताब्दी महोत्सवनी जय. This week we're going to be talking about two characteristics in Pramukh Swami Maharaj's life. And you've been hearing for the last 6, 7, 8 months different characteristics in Pramukh Swami Maharaj's life. Today we're going to take two characteristics. One is called Shrutam and the other is called Gnanam. Shrutam means to understand the profound words of the sastras. So the things that are written in the sastras, so let me explain what the sastras really are. It's not anything difficult. It's not the old sastras that are written in Sanskrit that I'm talking about. I'm talking about simple books that we're supposed to be reading in satsang. So one book might be our satsang exam books. Those are very, very important for us, and it's something that we gain different prasangs from. And those prasangs we can use in our life and to know about satsang. The different Jivan Charitras we have different Jivan Charitras. We have Maharaj's life, we have Gunatiyan Swami's life, we have all the Gurus' lives, we have Jivan Charitras. So from those, we can also learn so many aspects of their life and how to implement those things into our life. So sastras are very, very important. One very, very important sastra or book we can say in our satsang at the moment is the Satsang Diksha Granth, which Mahant Swami Maharaj wrote. Yeah. This is something that we should all be reading every single day in our puja. At least 5 or 10 shloks we can read every single day in our puja. Now that sastra, we're going to be calling it a sastra because it is a sastra. It's a very important book in our satsang. That shastra gives all of our rules and regulations and how we should be living in satsang. What should we be doing in satsang? How we should be doing our puja, how we should be doing our Aarti, how we should be respecting our elders, how we should be bowing down to our elders. All of these things are in the Satsang Diksha Granth. So all of these books, these sastras combined, when we learn about them, when we read about them, we can proudly, once we understand them, we can proudly talk about that to our friends and family. When we want to spread satsang, how do we spread satsang? The first thing you need to have is that knowledge of the sastras. If we have the knowledge of the sastras, then we feel confident in speaking to people. Just like when you go to school. When you all go to school, the first day of school, you're sitting in school and you have all your books in front of you. You don't even understand what this book is and what this book is and what's inside that book. You have no idea until you start going to class and the teacher goes, okay, open up your maths book or open up your science book or open up your history book. When you open the book up, and the teacher starts teaching you, then you start understanding what's on those pages. And once you start understanding what's on those pages, when it's time to take the exam, or you have to take some mock exam, or whatever it may be, when you understand that, then it's easy for you to take the exam. Also, you may have to do a presentation or some type of coursework for school also on that book, or on that course. So at that time, you feel confident because the teacher has taught you. You've read those pages and you've understood those pages. So when you have to speak in front of the class about something in history or something in science, or you may have to solve a maths problem on the board, all of these things you can confidently do because you've understood the pages of the books that you've been learning in school. So the shastras, our books, are the same thing. All of the books that we, sell in the bookstall, and you read those books, those are shastras for us. Those are shastras. There's so many books that we can learn about the Paramhansas, or from the Haribhaktas in Shriji Maharaj's time. So many different types of books. But when we learn those books, when we read those books, when we try to imbibe those books into our lives, then we can go outside and we can confidently talk to someone about satsang in that way. So shrutam is that, to apply that knowledge, to apply that knowledge inside your life and going out and spreading satsang. So very, very important to spread satsang. We have a lot of kishores and baraks who live in different parts of the country and the world. So you all have friends. All of you have friends in school, and you may have Gujarati friends or you may have other friends, but it's important. Sometimes they may ask you questions. They may say, okay, where do you go on Saturday? Where do you go on Sunday? Because you're not available all the time when we have a birthday party or something like that. You always say no. So you can actually explain to them that where do you go? I go to mandir. I go to mandir and I learn in mandir. We have classes in mandir. We have sabhas in mandir. So slowly, when you start talking to your friends about these types of things in mandir and satsang and Mahant Swami Maharaj and Pramukh Swami Maharaj and Bhagavan, they also start getting interested. They also start getting interested and saying, oh, I'd like to come. I'd like to meet some new friends. I'd like to learn something about Hinduism. I'd like to learn something about our culture. If he is a Hindu, he wants to learn something about his culture also. So you are that person who's giving them that confidence to learn about satsang in Hinduism. So there's a lot of Bal-Balikas and Kishoris around the world who have brought in so many of their own friends into satsang, and they become satsangis. And that's one niyam that Pramukh Swami Maharaj and Mahant Swami Maharaj always give during Shravan Mas, that try to bring in 5 new satsangis. But how do you bring those 5 new satsangis into satsang? This is the way to bring them in. So if we learn our books, our shastras, and we try to imbibe those into our life, it makes it a lot easier for us. So that's shrutam. In a short, sense, that's shrutam. But with shrutam, it's important to have gnanam, knowledge. Knowledge is very important. So where do you gain that knowledge? Of course, you gain that knowledge from the books that you read, or the katha-varta that you listen to, or the speeches of the santos that you listen to, or all of these webcasts that you are, seeing and listening to. This is where you gain that knowledge. And when you have that ultimate knowledge, that ultimate knowledge, you experience yourself as the atma. Many times people say, right, in your Bal Sabhas around the country, many times Santos have said, or Swami has said, and Mahant Swami Maharaj has said, everyone has said, okay, we are ultimately the Atma. Okay, so what does that mean? What does that mean, that we are ultimately the Atma? No, I'm not the Atma. I'm who I am, your name, whoever you are, that's who I am. But when you have that ultimate knowledge, that no, I am not the body. I am not this body that you see in front of me. I am the Atma. The Atma is the most purest thing. yeah? But our atma is covered. Yeah, let me just explain to you. It's covered in so much, dirt, that we can't get to the main core of the atma. So let me give you an example. Say an orange, yeah? All of you know what an orange is. You can't just bite into an orange and eat it like an apple, right? What do you have to do? You have to peel that orange. And once you peel that orange, sometimes, the skin is really hard. Sometimes the skin is really soft and it comes out easy. But, you have to peel that orange to get to the juice of the orange. And what's the best part of the orange? When it's peeled and you have that orange. So our atma is the orange at the moment. Yeah, at the moment, all of us, including myself, yeah, the atma is the orange. Yeah, and that orange we need to peel off all of the bad things that we've done in our life or the knowledge we don't have yet. Slowly that knowledge will make us peel that orange. So it's getting there. It's not like it's not there, but slowly, slowly, slowly it's getting to the nectar, the real juice of the orange. Yeah. And it's slowly, how does it get there? By reading, by listening, by understanding, by imbibing all of those things in our life. Then slowly it peels off that peel of the orange, that thick skin of the orange. And then when all the orange peel is gone totally, yeah, and you have the sweet nectar, the sweet juice of that orange, that means you are atma. Yeah, you are atma. Nothing affects you in your life. Even if somebody says something to you, yeah, somebody says, oh, you don't know anything, you're just like this and you're like that. Doesn't affect you, yeah? If somebody is maybe, saying, things to you in school or whatever, whatnot, doesn't affect you. Nothing affects you. You are the atma, yeah? And when you're one with the atma, nothing can affect you. When you're one with the atma, then that means you have Bhagawan with you 24/7. And we know that Pramukh Swami Maharaj had that Bhagawan with him 24/7, yeah? So there was 3 youths, yeah? One time there's 3 youths. They were from England, and their names were David, Daniel, and Richard, yeah? They were very, very impressed with Hinduism. So they wanted to learn more about Hinduism. So where's the best place for them to go? Obviously, India. So when they went to India, they went to our mandirs also. Yeah, our BAPS mandirs they went to. And there they spoke to the santos about Hinduism and what Hinduism is about, what our religion is about. All of these things, these 3 youths, they spoke to the santos about. But they came back to England, they never got the darshan of Pramukh Swami Maharaj. They saw many murtis of Pramukh Swami Maharaj there, and the santos explained that this is our guru, Pramukh Swami Maharaj. But they never had a chance to meet Pramukh Swami Maharaj at that time. So when the youths came back, one of the youths, yeah, David, he had a dream. He had a dream. And in that dream, Pramukh Swami Maharaj came in that dream. Yeah? And he experienced by the darshan in his dream of Pramukh Swami Maharaj this peace, the satisfaction, fulfillment. All of a sudden, he felt this in his dream. Okay, this person is something different. He's got something that nobody else has, because I've met so many people, but I've never experienced this type of peace and satisfaction in my life. And he was just having a dream. This was just a dream. So he woke up in the dream. And in 1994, Pramukh Swami Maharaj had been here in London. So they came to meet Swami. This David and his friends, they all came to meet Swami. And he said, Swamiji, I saw you in my dream, and I can't stop thinking about you. And in the dream, you said to me that you have to keep nirvikalp samadhi. What's nirvikalp samadhi, you ask me, right? Nirvikalp samadhi is the divine experience of God, right? So he goes, you must attain that nirvikalp samadhi, yeah, the divine experience of God. He goes, that's really difficult, isn't it? So David asked Swami Pramukh Swami Maharaj, do you experience the bliss of God? He asked this to Pramukh Swami Maharaj. Obviously, you as Bal-Balikas, you know the answer to that question, right? Yes. And Swami Baba said, yes, I definitely experienced the bliss of God. Yeah. When I walk, when I talk, Bhagwan is talking to me. Yeah. Bhagwan is walking with me. All of these things all the time, 24/7, Bhagwan is with me. Yeah. And that time, this David, he had so much confidence, he said, wow, this is great. This is something that I never even thought of. I never even, experienced in my life, that a person can be like that. So how did Pramukh Swami Maharaj become like that? Yeah. How did he become like that? He was the son of a farmer. Yeah, he was a son of a farmer. He had absolutely nothing else. He didn't study that much or anything, right? But how did Pramukh Swami Maharaj attain this? He attained it from his gurus. He already had it. Yeah, obviously Pramukh Swami Maharaj already had all of these things in his life. Yeah, but he's teaching us that we can attain it in this way in our life. Yeah, and Pramukh Swami Maharaj had attained that, and he showed that to David. So once there was a professor. His name is Dr. Raymond Williams. He's from Wabash University College in Indiana, in America. So he once asked Pramukh Swami Maharaj, and Pramukh Swami Maharaj, he asked Pramukh Swami Maharaj a simple question. Yeah, very simple question. Okay, who are you? Yeah, who are you? So if somebody asks you that question, if somebody asked me that question, okay, who are you? So I would say, Yagnatilak Swami, right? Or if I ask you, okay, who are you? Some of you might say Darshan, some of you might say Tilak, some of you might say Kirtan, some of you might say Yogi. Yeah, that's who you are. That's who you think you are. To which Pramukh Swami Maharaj gave a very, very simple answer. And he said, I am Akshar Brahm, right? Now when you say I am Akshar Brahm, that means you are the atma. Yeah? You are the atma, and you're having Paramatmanu Sukh. Paramatmanu Sukh means God's happiness. So I can't say that I'm Akshar Brahm, right? You can't say that you're Akshar Brahm. When can we become Akshar Brahm? Is when I told you that whole orange is peeled and you get to the nectar, yeah, and that's the pure Atma. That's when you become Akshar Brahm. So Swami, with confidence, Pramukh Swami Maharaj said, well, that's an easy question, right? I'm Akshar Brahm. He didn't say, I'm Pramukh Swami Maharaj. Who are you? I'm Pramukh Swami Maharaj. No, he didn't say that. Yeah. He asked, who are you? Swami goes, I am Akshar Brahm. Yeah, I'm pure Atma. Yeah, I'm Akshar. Yeah. I have nothing else that hinders me in my life. So that's what we want to become. We want to become Aksharup. Yeah, we want to become Aksharup. We want to become like Pramukh Swami Maharaj. We want to become like Mahant Swami Maharaj in our life. So Swami gives those answers very, very quickly. Once a teenager, he asked, how often do you experience the bliss of God? A Yuvak, a Kishore, he asked that question to Swami. How often do you experience the bliss of God? So if I ask you that question, how often do you experience the bliss of God, the happiness of God? How often do you say, Swami, maybe in my puja for 1 minute, or maybe when I'm doing my Mara, maybe for 1 minute I experience that bliss of God. Maybe Swami, when I come to Mandir and I do Ghanshyam Maharaj's darshan, I may get the bliss of God for 1 second or 2 seconds. But Swami was asked this question by a Kishore. And Swami goes, every single moment of the day, always. Yeah, always. Always means always. Yeah, not, in 5 minutes, not in 10 minutes, but always, constantly in the bliss of God. How can that happen? Again, like I said, Atma. Atmanu Sukh. Atma, Paramatmanu Sukh. The happiness of Atma and Paramatma. That's what Pramukh Swami Maharaj had in his life. Once on July 12, 1994, a youth, he asked, what is your favorite time of the day, Pramukh Swami Maharaj? What is your favorite time of the day? Yeah. And Pramukh Swami Maharaj, obviously, we know what the answer is, right? Pramukh Swami Maharaj said, every moment, because Bhagwan Swaminarayan is with me. This is what Pramukh Swami Maharaj said. He says it with confidence. He doesn't say it because he has to say it or anything like that. Everything that Pramukh Swami Maharaj said was with confidence because he had it inside him, right? Because he was a pure atma, he was a pure soul, Pramukh Swami Maharaj was. And he had Bhagwan, he had Bhagwan from head to toe in his body. Everything that Pramukh Swami Maharaj did, he always remember Bhagwan Swaminarayan. And Bhagwan Swaminarayan was always with him. Once in Gondal, 2 kids, they asked, how do you experience God when you do Aarti? 2 Balaks, they must ask this question to Swami in India and Gondal. How do you experience God when you are doing Aarti? So what did Pramukh Swami Maharaj say? I experienced that God is standing right in front of me. Right in front of me. And He's moving. He's moving. He's speaking to me. But He's right in front of me. This is how Bapa experiences when he does Aarti. So even when we do Aarti, we can experience that. Yes, we have our Gar Mandir and Maharaj is there. But at the same time, we can experience Maharaj is right in front of me. He's in my house. He's sitting there on my sofa. He's sitting there on my sofa. He's sitting with me while you're having this webcast at the moment, right? And you think that, oh, no one's there in the room. No one. God is there. Bhagwan Swaminarayan is sitting right next to you. You have to experience that in your life. Anything that you do, you may be sitting in the back of your car, and it's only you in the back seat of the car. But who's in the seat next to you? It's Bhagwan. Bhagwan is sitting next to you. So you have to experience that. Always be happy that Bhagwan is with you. Pramukh Swami Maharaj always felt that experience with him all the time. Bhagwan is with you. He's never alone. In 1992, after Yogi Shatabdi, so Yogiji Maharaj's 100th birthday, we celebrated that in Gandhinagar Akshardham. So there was hundreds and thousands of people who came to that Samayo. So many dignitaries, so many other outside people, people from all over the world had come to experience this Samayo, this event at that time. And there was so many dignitaries and around Pramukh Swami Maharaj, so many people. After the Samaya had finished, Pramukh Swami Maharaj went to Nadiad. It's a village in India, Nadiad. And Swami was sitting there, and there was only a couple santos, and Swami goes, one of the santos, they go, Swami, don't you feel that, there's less people around you? Don't you feel that you're alone? Don't you feel that you're alone? So Pramukh Swami Maharaj said, I'm never alone. God is always, always, always with me. I'll never feel alone in my life. So for us, it's always the same. Sometimes you may think, I'm so lonely. I don't have, anybody to talk to or anybody. You always have God with you. God is always, always there with you. You have that murti of God. Always think that God is there with you. You're doing Bhagwan Ni Seva. You're talking to Bhagwan. You're never alone in your life. But when can we gain all of this? With those 2 characteristics of Pramukh Swami Maharaj. You need that shrutham. Shrutham, you all remember? The sastras. Remember the sastras. Read the sastras. Understand the sastras. Gnan. The ultimate knowledge of all of the sastras, the ultimate knowledge is that you are the atma. You are not this body. This body is going to die. This body will die. But your atma, at the end of the day, when this body dies, your atma, when it is clean, it's going to be going to Akshardham. And Akshardham Nusuk, the happiness in Akshardham, is there's no happiness equal to that anywhere in the universe, because you're constantly, your eyes are closed or they're open, and you're just seeing the divine murti of Bhagwan Swaminarayan. Everyone is the same. Everyone around you is the same. They're the same flame of light, the same atma. Everyone is cleansed, and they're doing darshan of Bhagwan Swaminarayan. So this is what we want to attain in our life. So you're still Bal-Balikas, right? It's going to take time. It doesn't happen right away. These things take time. These things take practice, and you have to do it every single day. So when you do your puja, try to do it better. When you do your Aarti, try to do it better. Have more concentration. When you read one of our satsang books, read maybe 1 page or 2 pages, but understand what you're reading. As you grow up, you'll start reading the Vachanamrut and the Swaminivatos. So once you start reading the other books, then the Vachanamrut and Swaminivato become easier because you understand the words in the Vachanamrut and Swaminivato. And we can imbibe those in our life also. So let us all pray today that we can attain these 2 characteristics, these 2 guns that Pramukh Swami Maharaj possessed in his life, and we can possess them in our life, and we can become great satsangis and attain our happiness that we want to attain in the Rajipo of the Satpurush in our life. Shri Swami Narayan Bhagavan Jai.
Thank you to Pujya Yagnatilak Swami for explaining what the qualities of Shrutam and Gnanam mean, and for sharing with us inspiring and memorable prasangs from the life of Pramukh Swami Maharaj. We should remember these prasangs and imbibe what we've learnt from them into our daily lives. Now, the time has come. Our favourite zone. You know which one it is. It's the fun zone. Are you ready? Here we go.
Balaks and Balikas, it's quiz time. Are you ready? Welcome to the game show. Guess the scripture. Are you in it to win it? So, here's how to play. On the screen, you will be shown a blurred picture of a scripture, and you will be presented with 4 options: circle, triangle, diamond, and square. You will have 30 seconds to take a good look at the picture and lock in your answer by holding up the shape you think is the answer. So, are you ready? I can't hear you. Are you ready? Let's play Guess the Scripture.
Swami Narayan Hare, Swami Vat Karije. बात करीजे स्वामी नारायण हरे स्वामी बात करीजे अपने तो अक्षरधामમાં જાવું છે એવો એક સંકલ્પ રાખવો આપણે તો અક્ષરધામમાં જાવું છે એવો એક સંકલ્પ રાખવો સ્વામી નારાયણ હરે સ્વામીએ વાત કરી છે સ્વામી નારાયણ હરે સ્વામીએ વાત કરી છે પણ આપણે અક્ષરધામમાં શા માટે જવાનું આપણે તો ભગવાનના છીએ આપણે તો અક્ષરધામમાં જાવું છે એવો એક સંકલ્પ રાખવો આપણે તો અક્ષરધામમાં જાવું છે એવો એક સંકલ્પ રાખવો સુધારવો આપણે તો અક્ષરધામમાં જાવું છે, એવો એક સંકલ્પ રાખવો. આપણે તો અક્ષરધામમાં જાવું છે, એવો એક સંકલ્પ રાખવો. લા 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 પણ આપણને અક્ષરધામમાં કોણ લઈ જાય? જેના ગુરુ અક્ષર હોય તે.
Well done, everyone. You've completed the quiz. I saw many of you getting every single question right. You really do know your satsang scriptures. These scriptures are so important for all satsangis. They are direct teachings from Bhagwan and the Satpurush. By reading these scriptures, such as the Vachnamrut and Satsang Diksha Granth, it will help us live a righteous life like that of Pramukh Swami Maharaj. Let's all take a niyam to read our satsang scriptures daily and try to imbibe the teachings in our lives.
Wait, another puzzle piece? Look, we can see the first puzzle piece from the first Sabha of this Shatabdi series. Let's see what happens when we click on Shrutam. Number 1. Physical purity. We should clean our own things. It's our responsibility. Things like making your bed in the morning, putting shoes in line, toys back in their place, books in a nice pile, that sort of thing. Number 2. Purity of actions. Always keep your Ghar Mandir clean, as this is the home of God. And also we can keep our local mandirs and centers clean as well. We should do seva at home and in the mandir to help keep things clean and tidy. Number 3. Purity of speech. Never swear, lie, use bad language or hurt others. Always speak that which is truthful, honest and respectful, especially with your parents and siblings. And number 4. Purity of character. Vartan vato karshe. Always keep a pure character by following our niyams given to us by Maharaj, our gurus, and Pramukh Swami Maharaj and Mahan Swami Maharaj. Well done, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed the activity and had great fun. I was thinking, to imbibe good qualities in our lives, we usually look for role models. Some people might have footballers, musicians, or celebrities as their role models. However, our role models are also our gurus. So let us hear from our role model, Pramukh Swami Maharaj, speaking on the importance of taking part in satsang exams to strengthen our satsang knowledge. Check this out.
માનસ માત્રને પરીક્ષાની વાત આવે એટલે મારી પરીક્ષા લેવાના છે તો કોની લેવાય કોની? સ્કૂલમાં બેઠો હોય એની જ પરીક્ષા લેવાય ને. તો એમાં એમ થાય કે મારી પરીક્ષા લેવાની છે. આપણે ભક્ત થયા છે તો ભક્તની પરીક્ષા તો એ લેવાય. ભગત બરોબર થયા કે નહીં એ તો જોવું જ પડે ને. વ્યવહાર સંસારમાં કેટલી બધી તકેદારી રાખીએ છીએ, ટાઈમ કેટલો બધો આપીએ છીએ, કેટલી બધી રીતની પ્રવૃત્તિઓ કરીએ છીએ તો પણ આપણે કંટાળો નથી આવતો, એમાંથી અભાવ નથી આવતો અને એને માટે બધા જ રહીએ છીએ. પણ આવી એક જોગી મહારાજની આજ્ઞાથી આ પરીક્ષાનું આપણે શરૂ કરેલું છે. તો એમાં તો આપણે આપણું જ્ઞાન જે છે આત્મા પરમાત્માનું, અક્ષર પુરુષોત્તમનું, સંત મહિમાનું હમણાં વાંચે છે વિવેક સાગર, એટલે કેટલું બધું જ આવે છે. એટલે શું કે આપણે સત્સંગી છે, એટલે સત્સંગી દરેક વસ્તુ આપણી શું છે જાણવી જોઈએ. હવે પ્રથમ ગ્રાસે મક્ષિકા, કોરીઓ લેવા જાય ને મોખ આવી ગઈ, પહેલું જ આખું ભોજન ક્યાંથી જમાય, ઉલટી થાય કે બીજું. એમ પહેલો જ પ્રશ્ન આવ્યો કે ભુજના લાધીભાઈ કયા ગામનો. પ્રશ્ન બોલે છે પેલો સમજતો નથી, પેલો સમજતો નથી. બોલે છે પેલો ભુજના લાધીભાઈ ક્યાં છે. હવે એની માટે જરાક જો આપણે થોડું જ્ઞાન હોય તો એ કહે કે ભુજનું નામ બોલાય છે એ જ ભુજનો લાધીભાઈ છે. વાત તો એ છે ને. પણ પેલું મનમાં આપણે વાંચ્યું ના હોય ને સમજ્યા ના હોય અને ડર ના રાખ્યો હોય તો આવું બધું થઈ જાય. વેપાર કરવો, ધંધો કરવો, પૈસા કમાવો, એમાં કંઈ બહુ ભણતર નથી કર્યું તો પણ સારી રીતે આપણે જાણતા થઈ જાય. કારણ કે લૌકિક જ્ઞાન સહેજે આવી જાય. એની બહુ મળતા પુરુષાર્થ બહુ કરવો પડે છે પણ બહુ નહીં. તો આ પણ આવડી જાય. પેલામાં જેમ આપણે જાણ્યું કે આપણને આવડી જ જાય છે તો આ વસ્તુ આવી જાય. થોડુંક વાંચવાનું ને થોડુંક પછી લખવાનું થાય ને બધું સત્સંગમાં આવીએ એટલે સત્સંગમાંથી બધા વસ્તુઓ આપણે સમજી પણ શકાય. આ તો ભક્તિ કરીએ, સત્સંગ કરીએ, મોટા પુરુષ રાજી થાય તો અક્ષરધામની પ્રાપ્તિ થઈ જાય. જે કોટી કલ્પે આપણને ના પ્રાપ્ત થાય એ આવા સત્સંગથી, આવા મોટા પુરુષના રાજીપાથી, ભગવાનની ભક્તિ કરવા, પ્રસન્નતાથી આપણું કામ થઈ જાય. પણ એની અંદર શ્રદ્ધા નથી, વિશ્વાસ નથી. પહેલાંમાં શ્રદ્ધા વિશ્વાસ છે એટલે મહેનત રાત દિવસ કરીએ. એટલો જ વિશ્વાસ તો તમને ભગવાન આ કાર્યમાં આવે, આ જ્ઞાન મેળવવાની અંદર, ભક્તિ કરવાની અંદર, વિચાર કરવામાં, તો સહેજે બેડો પાર થઈ જાય. એટલું જ કરવાનું છે. આ સત્સંગની પરીક્ષાની વાત કરી. તમે વાંચો પરીક્ષાનું તો છે, પણ ના પરીક્ષા આપો તોય વાંચો તોય બહુ સારું છે. પરીક્ષામાં ના વાંચો તો ભાઈ વાંચેલામાંથી શબ્દો યાદ રહેશે તમને. એમાં આ બધું ના લખ્યું છે કે આ બધી વસ્તુ છે. મહારાજ શું છે, એમનું કાર્ય શું છે આપણને જરા ખબર પડી. પણ એટલું પછી ના કરીએ ને કે છે અમે તો કંઈ એનું કંઈ જરૂર જ નથી આપણે. પણ જરૂર ખરી એ છે આપણે, જે છે એની જરૂર છે આપણે જ્ઞાન મેળવવા માટે, આપણે સુખ્યા થવા માટે. તો આવું જે જ્ઞાન છે એટલે આવા બધા છોકરાઓએ બહુ સારો સંવાદ રજૂ કર્યો છે. શેના માટે આ સંવાદ થયો? આની નજીકના બોલતા નથી, તમે દૂરવાળા બોલો તો કંઈ કામ આવે. જે નિશાન રાખીને બેઠા છે તો બોલતા જ નથી કે ભાઈ પરીક્ષાનો પ્રશ્ન, પરીક્ષાનો સંવાદ થયો છે. એટલે હવે પરીક્ષા અમે બધા આપીશું એવો કંઈ નિર્ધાર કર્યો આમાં? જુઓ આવું સ્તબ્ધ થઈ કે આમાં જ અને આપણો ગરાજ જતો રહે છે, પૈસા જતા રહે છે, પરીક્ષામાં જવાય જ નહીં. લો બધું હોટલમાં જાય, સિનેમામાં જાય, બધે જ જશે, પાર્ટીઓમાં જશે, બધે ટાઈમ છે, બધે સમય છે, બધું કામ છે. પરીક્ષાની વાત કરીએ ત્યારે પૂછી આમ ઉમળકું ના થઈ ગયું. બધા એકદમ કહ્યું અમે પરીક્ષા આપીશું એમ બધા બોલો. આ તો પરોને કહેવડાય એમાં કંઈ કામ ના આવે. અંદરનો ઉમળકો જોઈએ. જોગી મહારાજને રાજી કરવા છે અને પરીક્ષા આપી છે. એમાં પરીક્ષા આપીને બીજું શું ટાઈમ જવાનો? 1 કલાકનો 1.5 કલાકનો ટાઈમ જાય આપણે બધું ત્યાં જઈને. કદાચ એથી વધારે શું થવાનું? પણ બીજો કેટલો દોઢ ટાઈમ શું, કેટલા પાર્ટીઓમાં જતા, બીજે જતા ટાઈમ તો કેટલો વેસ્ટ જાય. પણ આમાં ટાઈમ નથી, પહેલાં બધો ટાઈમ છે. માટે હવે જોગીમાની ઈચ્છા છે એટલે બધા પરીક્ષાઓ આપે છે અને બહુ ધન્યવાદ છે. અને એવીની પરીક્ષા બધા આપતા રહેજો. અને ના આપતા હોય એને પણ આ પ્રેરણા લેજો અને આપણે પરીક્ષા આપજો. ભલે ને 1, 2, 3 તો આપો, જે હોય, પણ પરીક્ષા આપી છે. જોગી મહારાજ રાજી થશે. થોડું કરશો તો જોગી મહારાજ રાજી થશે કે ભાઈ મારી આજ્ઞા પાડી અને એક પુસ્તકની પણ પરીક્ષા આપી. કોઈ 2 આપી, 3 આપી, પણ બધાએ વિચાર કરી અને આ આશીર્વાદ છે બધાને. જય સ્વામિનારાયણ.
Whoa, what amazing motivation! To please Swami Shri, we should ensure we register for the satsang exams and sincerely read the books. Your ACOs will be in touch soon if they haven't already. Now, let's head over to the Smruti Zone to watch a special video of Pramukh Swami Maharaj. Here we go!
Pramukh Swami Namaha.
सखी हैड़े हर खन माय आज दिवाली रे सखी हैड़े हर खन माय आज दिवाली रे हूँ तो मगन थई मन माय भूधर भाड़ी रे सखी हैड़े हर खन माय आज दिवाली सुंदर श्याम सुहामणो रे सुंदर गज गति चार सुंदर श्याम सुहामणो रे सुंदर गज गति चार सुंदर शोभा अंगनी जोई सुंदर शोभा अंगनी जोई हूँ तो निरखिन थई जो निहाल रे सखी हैड़े हर खन माय आज दिवाली रे सखी हैड़े नैन मनोहर नाथ नारे हैड़े मनोहर हार नैन मनोहर नाथ नारे हैड़े मनोहर हार सुभग मनोहर श्यामड़ो वालो सुभग मनोहर श्यामड़ो वालो नटवर धर्म कुमार रे सखी हैड़े
આજે દિવાળીના દિવસો છે તો પ્રકાશ થાય છે, પણ આપણે સભા મંડપમાં થોડો પ્રકાશ કરો એટલે બધાના દર્શન થાય. આજના દિવસે આપણે બધાને ઉત્સાહ છે, ઉમંગ છે, ભગવાનને આગળ બધા દીવાને પ્રગટાવીશું, અન્નકૂટ ને બીજું ત્રીજું બધું ધરશું, કારણ કે આપણી ભક્તિ છે. અને એ ભક્તિ એમના પ્રસન્ન થાય તો એમના દયાથી આપણામાં પાછો પ્રકાશ એવો થાય. હંમેશને માટે આપણે રાખવાનો છે. ઘરની અંદર પણ આપણે મંદિર હોય, દરરોજ આરતી પૂજા બીજું ત્રીજું દીવા થાય. ગામની અંદર પણ મંદિર હોય તો ત્યાં પણ આપણે જવાનું થાય. પછી આ તીર્થો છે એમાં પણ જઈએ ત્યાં થઈ જાય. પણ આપણે દિન શા માટે કહ્યું કે ભગવાનના આશ્રિત છે એટલે આપણા ઘરના મંદિરની અંદર તો દરરોજ આરતી પૂજા થવી જ જોઈએ.
प्रमुख स्वामी जी का हम सब पर है उपकार अनुपम, 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 है उपकार अनुपम.
Whoa! That's another puzzle piece. The third piece to drop so far. Let's click on Shama and Dhamma and recap on how we can imbibe this virtue in a practical and kid-friendly manner. Firstly, during the National Bal-Balika Summer Shibir in 2019, we were taught a very simple and practical reflective thought. We should always have this thought in our mind. For every action, ask yourself one question. Is Maharaj Raji? Is Swami Raji? Secondly, to control your sense of hearing, you should listen to your favorite or a new bhajan every day. I'm going to make full use of the Akshar Amrutam app. To control your sense of taste and smell, we should sing the shlok Shrimad Sadgunashaninam, that shlok, and think of Maharaj and Swami before every meal. We can also control these senses by doing Ekadashi twice a month. To control your sense of sight, you should make it a point to have Swami Shri's darshan through the Guru Hari Darshan videos on YouTube at least once a week. And finally, we should also ask ourselves daily, am I controlling my mind or is it controlling me? This is from the Swami Nivatos, where Akshar Brahm Gunatitanand Swami says, say it with me if you know, કેટલાક ને મન રમાડે છે ને કેટલાક મનને રમાડે છે. આ વાત નિત્ય વિચારવા જેવી છે. Amazing. Amazing. Swami Bapa's life inspired and continues to inspire millions even today. Swami Shri often joked, I was born a mere farmer. Yet, Swami Shri was able to reveal the deep meanings behind many scriptural verses as if he had experienced them firsthand. It was due to his connection with Bhagwan. He was the living form of the shastras. He kept Maharaj in the forefront always, and not only did he teach us the scriptures, but he lived his life accordingly. A true role model who inspires all of us every single day. Let's now pray to him and promise that we will also try to imbibe the qualities of Shrutam and Gnanam in our lives. Before we head over to the Pratigna zone, make sure you have your favourite murti of Pramukh Swami Maharaj in front of you as we recite the Pratigna together.
હે મહારાજ, હે સ્વામી, હે પ્રમુખ સ્વામી મહારાજ, અમે સૌ શિશુઓ અને બાલ-બાલિકાઓ આપને પ્રાર્થના કરીએ છીએ કે જેવી રીતે આપે આપના ગુરુઓને અતિશય રાજી કર્યા, તેવી જ રીતે અમે પણ આપને અને મહાન સ્વામી મહારાજને રાજી કરવા માટે આ શતાબ્દી વર્ષે પ્રતિજ્ઞા લઈએ છીએ કે
અમે આપના જીવનમાંથી શીખીશું કે જેવી રીતે આપે સત્સંગ ગ્રંથોનું નિયમિત વાંચન કર્યું, તેમ અમે પણ એક વચનામૃત અને બે સ્વામીની વાતોનું દરેજ વાંચન કરીશું. અમારા જીવનમાં અક્ષર પુરુષોત્તમનું જ્ઞાન દ્રઢ થાય અને તેનું પ્રવર્તન કરી શકીએ તેવું બળ અને પ્રેરણા આપજો. અક્ષરમ અહમ પુરુષોત્તમ દાસોસ્મી, આ પરમ જ્ઞાનનું અમે દરરોજ મનન કરીએ અને આ જ જન્મે સિદ્ધ કરી શકીએ તેવા આશીર્વાદ આપજો.
તો હે સ્વામી બાપા, થઈએ સ્વામી જેવા અમારા જીવનનું એક ધ્યેય બને અને આપ હંમેશા અમને સાચા રસ્તે લઈ જજો. એ જ આપના ચરણોમાં ખાસ પ્રાર્થના છે. રાજી રેજો બાપા, રાજી રેજો.
We've learnt so much today. I hope you all took great notes and that you will be using these notes to understand the meaning of Shrutam and Gnanam and to help us imbibe these qualities into our daily lives. Now, let's head over to Kids News to see the latest news and updates. This week, we will all be celebrating Diwali, which is on Thursday, and Ankut on Friday. Please join your parents and go to your local mandir for darshan. Contact your local ACOs to check what the darshan arrangements are. There will be no Sabha on Sunday the 7th of November. Instead, continue to enjoy the Diwali and Hindu New Year celebrations with your family. A quick reminder for all Bal-Balikas who are eligible to take satsang exams. The registration for the next set of exams closes on the 15th of November. If you are unsure, please contact your local ACOs to check that you have been registered.
BAPS Bal Pravrutti Central Office presents a new publication, Shishu Satsang Vihar, for infants from 8 to 10 years. Interesting and instructive 20 contents. More than 30 exciting activities. More than 20 songs to sing along with your shishus. Easy meanings of tough words. Simple explanation of Agna and Upasana. Invaluable teachings filled with words of wisdom from our gurus, Brahma Swarup Pramukh Swami Maharaj and Pragat Brahma Swarup Mahant Swami Maharaj. Shishu Satsang Vihar, which will inspire every Shishu to become ideal. Available in BAPS bookstalls soon.
અમે શિશુ મંડળમાં દોડી દોડી જવાના દોડી દોડી અમે શિશુ મંડળમાં દોડી દોડી જવાના દોડી દોડી અમે શિશુ મંડળમાં દોડી દોડી જવાના.
Ah, look, there it is, the 10th piece of the puzzle. We've learnt about so many different virtues so far. I know I'm trying very hard to implement these practical ways into my life. I hope you're doing the same. Let's click on Shrutam and Gnanam and recap how we can imbibe these virtues in a practical way. Make sure you write these points down using your Thaiye Swami Jeva worksheet. Firstly, we should recite the sadhana mantra daily. Let's say it all together. Aksharam aham purushottam dasosmi. And by doing this, we will understand daily that I am the atma and not the body. Secondly, we should have a niyam to read 1 Vachanamrut and 2 Swaminivatos daily, and then do some manan on these to understand what we have read. Next, to develop our satsang knowledge, we should read our satsang books daily and sit the satsang exams. Even after we finish one satsang book, we should go back to it from time to time so we remember all of these prasangs. And finally, there's no better way to imbibe these qualities than by regularly watching and listening to Guru Hari Ashirvad videos. Through these, Mahant Swami Maharaj himself is teaching us the qualities as he is our ultimate teacher. Only the Satpurush can teach us the true meaning of all the scriptures. How amazing! Aha! I hear the bells ringing, which can only mean one thing. It's Aarti time. Let's head over to the mandir to join in with the Aarti. So make sure we sit up straight, clap and sing along. You can also light a diwa with your parents or family members. Ready? Here we go!
Shri Swami Narayan Bhagwan Ki Jai. Jaya Swami Narayan, Jaya Akshar Purushottam, Akshar Purushottam Jai, Akshar Purushottam Jai, Darshan Sarvottam, Jaya Swami Narayan, Mukta Ananta Supujita Sundara Sakaram, Jaya Sundara Sakaram, Sarvopari Karunakar, Sarvopari Karunakar, Manavatanudaram, Jaya Swami Narayan, Purushottam Parabrahma Shri Hari Sahajanand, Jaya Shri Hari Sahajanand, Akshara Brahma Anadi, Akshara Brahma Anadi, Gunatitanand, Jaya Swami Narayan, Prakata Sada Sarvakarta Parama Muktidata, Jaya Parama Muktidata, Dharma Ekantika Stapaka, Dharma Ekantika Stapaka, Bhakti Paritrata, Jaya Swami Narayan, Dasa Bhava Divyata Saha Brahma Rupe Priti, O Brahma Rupe Priti, Surada Bhava Alaukika, Surada Bhava Alaukika, Stapita Shubhariti, Jaya Swami Narayan, Dhanya Dhanya Mama Jivana Tava Sharane Sufalam, O Tava Sharane Sufalam, Yagna Purusha Pravartita, Yagna Purusha Pravartita, Siddhantam Sukhadam, Jaya Swami Narayan, Jaya Swami Narayan, Jaya Akshara Purushottam, Akshara Purushottam Jai, Akshara Purushottam Jai, Darshana Sarvottam, Jaya Swami Narayan, Jaya Akshara Purushottam, Jaya Swami Narayan. Shri Swami Narayan Bhagwan Ki Jai, Akshar Purushottam Maharaj Ki Jai, Gunatitanand Swami Maharaj Ki Jai, Bhagat Ji Maharaj Ki Jai, Shastri Ji Maharaj Ki Jai, Yogi Ji Maharaj Ki Jai, Pramukh Swami Maharaj Ki Jai, Mahant Swami Maharaj Ki Jai, Pramukh Swami Maharaj Shatabdi Mahotsav Ki Jai.
गुणातीतं गुरुं प्राप्य ब्रह्मरूपं निजात्मनः विभाव्य दासभावेन स्वामिनारायणं भजे। श्रीहरिं साक्षरं सर्वदेवेश्वरं भक्तिधर्मात्मजं दिव्यरूपं परं शान्तिदं मुक्तिदं कामदं कारणं स्वामिनारायणं नीलकण्ठं भजे श्रीहरिं